Hey everyone, this is Austin, and welcome to The Wise Man's Grandchild, and I'm gonna call it Grandson, but the title will be the way it is on Funimation, and so far I only saw this on Funimation, and it has a day one dub, which is pretty rad, and it didn't take an entire month, unlike certain people, Crunchyroll, but nonetheless. So this is the season, well, spring season's kind of like comedy relief that isn't in another world, kind of like how Slime was, and Shield Hero is the serious one that I watch, and I enjoy the non-serious one, and this is kind of like Death March or Another World with my smartphone. I know people don't like that one, but nonetheless, I'm going to tell you my first impressions after the review, because some people are going to wonder, hey, should I watch this? I personally would recommend it, but, so, you know how we have, good old Truck-kun, bringing the people to the other world. Not today. It was Van-kun. It was kind of like, what do you call it, Zombieland Saga. That's kind of how it happened. This one, I was like, ha, they took that trope out. Good. But nonetheless, I've actually read a bit of the manga, quite a bit of the manga. It's quite good. I actually enjoy it, but as I said, it's up to you guys if you want me to cover this fully at the end of the day, but continuing on with the whole thing, we see that Shin was actually reincarnated in another world as a baby, and his parents were actually killed by a demon, but a famous, magician, Merlin, saved him, and we see that Shin's kind of an overpowered character in the beginning, and it's not for the fact that he is, he has godly powers, it's just he has his memories from his previous life, and the thing that I think a lot of people forget is anytime you have, our kind of thinking process now, or bring our kind of technology into another world that is based on magic. Look at Gate. They devastate them, and that's why I get very irritated when people are like, oh, it's just another overpowered person, but they love SAO. I'm just like, look, Kirito is overpowered for no reason. At least with another one with a smartphone, that his base skills are just, the base senses are just improved. That's all it is. It's kind of funny that people think that's overpowered. I'm like, I can see where you're coming from, but it's just you just enhance it. That's all it is. But anyways, continue on from that rant. We see that Merlin's a really good magician or mage, however you want to say it, and he's actually the one that taught Shin how to do it. And magic is actually in this world is what you can visualize in your head, and that's how you create it. There's no chanting, and I love how this anime or series calls out the usual trope of saying your move, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of stupid and it's embarrassing, and just 10 out of 10 for that one. But we see that Shin's, as I said, extremely strong for his age, and he actually can hunt demons by himself, and which, to explain what a demon is in this world or anime, is someone that or something that loses control over its magic control and just goes kind of overboard and becomes magic takes over. It created them kind of in a state of, they do what they want kind of thing, and they're supposed to be really, really strong. I mean, it's going over the limit of what a normal human could handle. So they're usually really tough to kill, and Shin's just like, easy. And it's crazy how powerful this guy is, and it's completely hilarious because it's the only reason why he's so strong is because he has his memories from the past life, and it's like, damn, I didn't realize that we were that smart. Even the basic stuff I sit around and, in my math class, I'm like, I'm never going to use this, but thinking, hey, if I ever get, somehow transported to another world, I'd probably be very ahead of them, kind of thing. It's one of those things that make you feel good, I guess, at the end of the day. But nonetheless, we see that Shin kind of learned how to use magic sense to sense demons, and he finds one, and he, as I said before, he single-handedly destroys it. And it's really crazy, and I just want to talk briefly about his enchantments on his equipment that are really freaking cool. I like the jet boots, which is really, really freaking cool, and he enchants his sword, and you're going to see that he's really good at enchanting. He learns that from his grandma, and I keep forgetting her name, but I remember Merlin, because Merlin's just, he's hilarious. But we actually kind of get a scale to what Shin is in this world. He's actually above adults at this point, or around adults, and he is just really powerful, and we kind of hear the background of Merlin, which he's the Lord of Destruction, and he got that from kind of putting this together in the sense it would make more sense, I guess, versus the anime. He actually defeated a demon while the king, or, the king that currently is the thing, resides as the king in the Earthchild, whatever, kingdom, and him and, the grandmother, or however, I keep forgetting her name, destroy the demon. And I'm just like, okay, that's pretty cool. And it's funny how like mushy he is right now. It's adorable, as people would say. But we see that Merlin tells Shin that he isn't his grandson, and he kind of sits him down, and he kind of knew this, and it's kind of funny because he kind of took it pretty well, and he knew, and it's just one of those okay. But as I said, this anime is not too serious. It doesn't get too, I mean, towards where in the manga is right now. Yeah, it does get serious, but it's kind of to take a little breather, not get over the top kind of thing. But we see that Shin thinks that the demon he killed, it was the one that killed his parents, and he kind of feels he has avenged them, and he kind of made peace with it, and it's quite, nice. It's not like he's going to go bent out of shape. And I just want to say right here, I'm kidding when I say this, but Merlin is best boy of spring 2019. But then again, we have Lark and Shield Hero. But we get a time skip to 5 years later, and we kind of actually the voice actors in the dub. It was this is why I kind of like English dub with certain things. For instance, like if you ever watch SAO GGO thing alternative. Len has a different voice than Karen, and this one they actually switched voice actors for his Shin's age, and I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool, because in Japanese that wouldn't usually happen. Then again, they're a lot more skilled than us, but I just really like the contrast between when he was 15 and 10. But nonetheless, we see that Shin has never actually gone outside the forest, and he kind of lacks common sense because Merlin never taught common sense, and we kind of see that Merlin wants Shin to show everyone his power, and they get quite a surprise, and we kind of learn that Shin's so powerful that it could upset the balance of the world, that militaries would want him because he's so skilled at everything. And it's, as I said, it's kind of hilarious because all he has is just his memories from his previous life, and it's just crazy. It really is, and at least there's some reasoning, not like Kirito's just overpowered because he's overpowered. I mean, like Goku is just overpowered because he's overpowered, but we have One Punch Man. It's the comedic relief of all that. But going on with the review, we see that Shin's actually going to enroll in a magic academy, and we learn the king. Earlstad, whatever how you say his name, I'm going to call him King, but it's in his kingdom, and he promises not to use Shin as anything in his military, which is going to hold true for a little while. And the school actually is not affected by any nobility, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of the stuff you would see in another world. Oh, since I'm royal, I get more stuff than you. It's kind of refreshing to see that kind of stuff. But nonetheless, we see kind of the background, as I said before, how the king kind of owes Merlin and the grandmother his life, and that's how they had their friendship. And it's hilarious. And we learn Shin never learned his manners because he doesn't know how to speak to royalty correctly, which is quite hilarious. He's just missing so much, but he's just a glass cannon, I guess. Well, a brew. There we go. I wouldn't say glass cannon. But we learned that Merlin used to be married to the grandmother, which I wasn't really surprised because I read the manga, but we see just how freaking crazy the kingdom is, and they get into their own mansion, and they have a bunch of servants, yada yada kind of thing. Then we kind of see these two girls are getting, harassed by two thugs, and they're demon hunters, and Shin just completely destroys them, and we meet Maria and Cicely. And I already called Cicely, just letting you know on Twitter a while ago, but yeah, and we see Shin's in love already with Cicely, and it's the start of a good series in my opinion, and I hope you guys actually check it out. It's on Funimation currently. I know some people already have bought a Funimation sub for, Yuno itself, and Yuno is another anime I'm probably going to be covering on Saturday, so watch that. But my first impressions overall, the animation is pretty smooth. I don't have any complaints. I'm just really impressed with the day one dub because, Grandchild promised that with Shield Hero, but we never really got day one dub. But we now have sort of same time day or same day dub. But hey, who knows if this is going to be an actual thing, like same day. I'm pretty sure Funimation has to compete. And I'm going to be honest, I enjoy, the Wise Grandson, or the Wise Man's Grandson, but I like Shield Hero more than it, but it's still a good series. Nonetheless, I'm going to keep watching, I hope you guys watch it, but I just really like how this anime, and I know people are going to just say he's overpowered, but as my counter to that is, you guys watch SAO and you love Kirito, you watch Dragon Ball and you love Goku. They don't really have a reason why they're overpowered. Besides, with Shin, he has his memories from the past, so he can picture how stuff was done, and it works effectively. I mean, look at his jet boots. It's pretty freaking cool, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, guys, what did you think of this first episode. Did you enjoy it? You hate it? Are you going to watch it yet? Or have you not watched it kind of thing? But anyways, guys, this is Austin, signing out. Peace.